Ladies and gentlemen, I thought I had an episode all ready and to go. Then all of a sudden, it fucking cancelled on me. And to be honest, I didn't even know about that until today. So yeah, unfortunately, we're gonna have to do a quick episode on Thursday. Tell me sorry about that, guys. And also, we're gonna have to talk about Super Showdown as well, or as I like to call it, Blood Money 2, the re-bloodening. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get on with this. This is going to be the Classic Wrestling Series slash Super Showdown predictions. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Classic Wrestling Series. On the episode today, ladies and gentlemen, I did have WWE's Was Buy Rate. Unfortunately, like I said in the introduction, that episode has been cancelled. Just for now, unfortunately, because the video has been well corrupted. So, ladies and gentlemen, I had to scramble together to bring you NWA TNA pay-per-view episode number 39. Why number 39? Because it's the only one I could find that was so quick. Ladies and gentlemen, we kick things off with an Armed Asylum 6-person tag match featuring Sandman and New Jack versus the Disciples of the New Church versus the Harris Brothers. So there's a two storylines going into this. So into the pay-per-view. Basically, all hell's broken loose in the asylum. Gang warfare and basically mismanagement, missed teams and stuff like that, which would result in the armed fight for the right, which is basically a mix-mash of tag teams together, and the Hard 10 tournament, which would be basically just a hardcore tournament with a point system. Fucking stupid. This match was fucking awful. A lot of boring, especially from all six men. There were some nice spots. But there was one point that I think it was Brian Lee and New Jack were fighting over a fucking machete. Why have a machete in a fucking hardcore match? That could be, no disqualification, I guess. Basically, and then Brian Lee and New Jack climb some stairs. I don't know where. I think it's behind the backstage. This is just garbage wrestling, basically. And then New Jack backdrops Brian Lee through a table. This was just bad. This was Sandman and New Jack should know how to put on a decent wrestling match. Well, a decent hardcore match, for fuck's sake. They were in ECW. This was just awful. The match thankfully ended when Harris Brothers catched Sandman with a hedge bomb for the win. I can't remember who got the pin. So yeah, let's go to the next thing. So we just had Goldilocks being interviewing Mike Barton, and then she mentions Barton's match with Perry Saturn, and as Mike Barton lists off all the people he beat in the Brawl for All in WWF. But then all of a sudden, D'Lo Brown interrupts, yells at Gilbert. He says he has D'Lo has a problem with Mike Sanders. Gilbert goes into the sex locker room to see Chris Howard handing out there. He asks Chris Howard to get Mike Sanson. He agrees. By the time this ended, this was okay. I mean, it was just a segment leading into it. So here we go. So then Don West is sitting alone, stating that he will answer about Chris Howard tonight. He then throws it to Today, who states that a 14 tag team match will take place tonight, with the winners facing off against each other at a later date for the right to face the X Division champion. Triple H to come out is in this match, and if they lose, they have to give the winning team a title shot for the tag team titles, I think. So here we go. So I'm just gonna fucking skip through this bit. So Today now welcomes Henny Sanders and Jeff Hammond. I think that's what their names are. Goes on forever talking about fucking NASCAR, and they minutely put over TNA, which is fucking weird. Sorry guys, give me a moment. The two are, this is fucking weird. These two are the fucking, like on the ladder of fucking NASCAR. It's just like, oh, circles. But yeah, it's, the crowd didn't care, and I didn't care. Then Raven enters with Alexa Willie and Shuriel Dinero. Alexis is Mickey James, which is quite weird because I genuinely forgot Mickey James was in TNA. Then the interrogation segment, which is what they have. Um, Basically, it's just like they sit you in a chair and they basically ask you random questions. This is with Dusty Rhodes, baby. He calls Ted Turner daddy and makes a fart sound to describe WCW. This is fucking awful. And this is Dusty Rhodes, for fuck's sake. I love Dusty. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get into a ladder match. Brian Laura versus Dusty Rhodes. Dusty Rhodes in a fucking ladder match. Makes no sense. Laura just oversells Dusty's offense. Laura rams Dusty's head off the announce tables and then rams the ladder into his face. I thought that was okay. Taunts the crowd, yells at Tenay before heading into the ring. Why? No idea. Dusty is bleeding from the forehead, so blade job. Laura sets up the ladder. Laura stalls as the crowd chants for Dusty. He climbs as slow as humanly possible to allow Dusty to get into the ring, which is fucking stupid. I hate that. He bumps the ladder. Laura falls on the ropes. This match was fucking awful. And this had fucking Dusty Rhodes in it. I'm sorry. Um, David Flair ran in and basically fuck it, fuck me. This was awful. This is Dusty Rhodes, a legend in the business, in a fucking ladder match. Stupid. He wins the match, by the way. Takes down the title, whatever the fuck it is. And then, as both men are celebrating, Eric Watts runs in and steals the belt. This is fucking stupid, ladies and gentlemen. It's bad. Laura did a fine job. The action sucked. I thought it was really fucking bad for Dusty and Laura to put themselves in this ladder match when neither of them have ladder match experience. It's fucking stupid. So here we go. Let's just see what the next segment is. So we have Goldilocks chasing down Chris Harris. She talks to him about sex and he blows her off until they run into James Storm, which now they're America's Most Wanted. James questions as to why he was in the sex locker room, and Chris says that they're not the bad guys, and he could have been asking for a title shot. They have a heated exchange until Storm leaves. Sanders arrives at Harris to give him the message. Sanders throws out words like having heat ever since I started and not caring about boys in the back, before insulting Harris, who calls him an asshole. Sanders says he will appease him by meeting with Bill Birdie. Harris acting to be kind is, well, fucking awful here. Completely wooden, and it just basically sounds like he's fucking reading off a cue card. I do, to be fair. Next up, Glenn Gilberty versus AJ Styles. Please be fucking good. This was okay. Not the best match, but I think this was AJ's weakest match in the company at this point. This is fucking awful. Not the best match, just a fucking basic standard match. AJ gets the win with a Styles Clash. Uses his feet on the ropes for the win. After the match, Disco argues with the ref and pushes him back. The ref pushes him back. Birdie then fucking attacks him, makes him bleed, and somebody just yells from the crowd, "You got knocked the fuck out!" Which Friday was released around this time. I thought that was funny. I genuinely laughed at that bit, and it was from the fucking crowd. So yeah. What is the next match? Oh, great. We've got more fucking sex locker. Oh, great. Here we go. Gilberty's basically yelling at Sanders, but focuses his anger on D'Lo Brown, saying he's not one of them in order to him to beat up D'Lo, and promises that Seth will have his back. Fuck off. Now we've got Sonny Siaki and Desire versus David Young and Athena. Let's watch this. This wasn't even a motherfucking match. So, an auction winner accompanies Siaki and Desire to the ring, profoundly depressed. He does. Saki grabs the mic and yells and calls Young fat and ugly, but doesn't. But says it doesn't matter because the fight started between Athena and Desire. The men step out. The women now have a singles match. Yun hits Athena with a spinebuster and Desire covers for the win. Yun is then given a sex t-shirt and hugs Desire. This was fucking awful. This was fucking terrible. Then Goldilocks is in the ring with Perry Saturn. With Perry Saturn. Perry Saturn says that you need to be in about 500 fights before you get called a tough guy. He babbles on. He basically just talks random bollocks until Jarrett interrupts and alerts today that he will be available for an interview. Mike Barton have attacked Saturn and it leads into their match, which is Perry Saturn versus Mike Barton. Let's see this. This match was surprisingly good. Weird, but to be fair, Perry Saturn's in the match and Mike Barton's actually isn't too bad. Nothing really of note until really the ending. So Perry Saturn manages to get a fireman's carry, hit the Death Valley driver. It only gets to 2. Barton gets up and kills Saturn with a punch, but sells the effect, and Saturn sees this and applies a wrist hold for the win by submission. A wrist hold, fair enough, it's one of those things, but this was okay. Not a bad match, not a good match, but yeah, well, not a great match and not a shit match, but a good match. The announcers also sold it as Barton broke his hand from punching Saturn, which is weird. Yeah, just beat the crap out of each other and it was good. And now, great. Goldilocks is backstage with New Jack. Yells at her, then Sandman cuts in and okay, they stay to the plan. New Church hits Sandman with a fireball, destroy New Jack. They yell "Evil" into the camera. I'm currently watching it. Mike Sanders versus D'Lo Brown. Let's watch this match. This was okay, but zero fucking heat. No heat for Mike Sanders. I don't even know why he's with the company still, but Mike Sanders is fucking awful. You have this is the problem. You have a member of a heel faction who's hinting that he might be face, and another guy who is basically jumping between the guys, and it's just awful. D'Lo was good here. I mean, I'll admit, D'Lo hits the skyline for the win. After the match, Joe Birdie runs in, stomps on D'Lo Brown with Siaki and Desire. They hold up D'Lo for Sanders to hit him with a super kick. Pretty much all that there is. So here we go. So now all of a sudden we have an interview with Trinity. Basically, she talks about her athletic background and how she rode for a motorcycle stunt team. She's been wrestling for 1 year and mentions training with Amazing Red and the SATs, the Spanish. I can't remember the name. Under Mikey Whipwreck, who is also ECW champ, amazingly, mentions her stunt work, but then Kid Cash interrupts. Tanae refers to him as Dave. But as well as that, Kid Cash runs down Trinity for stealing the spotlight and complains that he has to face Raven tonight because of her. He orders her to stand in his corner and not to move a muscle. Cash is doing the best heel work I've seen, and Cash is bloody good, I'll admit that one. So we have got Raven with Alexis Marie and Julio Dinero versus Kid Cash with Trinity. Let's watch this one. So we've just had Raven versus Kid Cash, and I like Kid Cash, but he botched almost everything in this match. I was amazed that Raven was able to work with this guy. I love Kid Cash. I think Kid Cash is a really good heel. But the way the fucking this match worked was fucking awful, guys. Kid Cash was awful. Raven was okay. Raven hits the even flow for the win. That's pretty much it. This would also Trinity would hit a Hurricane Rana onto I think it was Raven if I recall. But yeah, this was okay for Raven, but for Kid Cash it was awful. So let's find out what's next. So we have got Triple H versus Sharp Boy and Jason Cross versus Johnny Storm and Chris Sabin versus Jerry Lynn and Amazing Red. This is fucking good. The main event is okay. So lead up into it. West plugs the main event, which is Jerry Lynn and Amazing Red versus Jason Cross and Sharp Boy versus Triple H versus Johnny Storm and Chris Sabin. Chris Sabian. I've somehow managed to mix Kit Sabian, who is a very cool British wrestler, and Chris Sabin. This is actually TNA debut for Chris Sabin as well. So yeah, basically, the winners of this match will then face off at a later date to get an X Division title match. Also, the winning team gets a tag team title shot. So if Triple X lose the women this match, the winners will get a tag team title shot. Also, Tenay plugs the interview with Jack Jarrett. Yay! So we're going into this, and this match was really, really good. It was a great way. Um, a good way to start them. A good way to finish off the show. I thought it was a great way to. The main event is really good. Nothing really of note. It was just a match. It was just an X Division spot fest. So Amazing Red and Jerry Lynn win the match, which is really cool. It was good. It was okay. I mean, it's not as bad as I thought, but it was a damn good match. I thought. So immediately after this match, I'm not gonna go talking too much into it because it's fucking mental. But immediately after this match, they cut backstage to Goldilocks, who's with Ella Watts. She mentions how he stole the belt from Dusty. He says that it's not an issue and he doesn't care about the belt, but he rather cares about Jarrett. Watts tells Goldie that Jarrett sent him emails stating that he was sorry for choking her last week. He was massaging her shoulders and talked too long about the past, which is ended up just being really fucking creepy. So then, the main event segment is Mike today in the room with Jeff Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett comes out and today asks him about his heelish behavior over the past few weeks. Jarrett asks today if he wants the WWF version of him or the NWA good guy. Mike today tells him to rise above the pressure, and Jarrett yanks the mic away from Mike today's hands. Raven's music hits and comes out with De Niro and Ren Lee. Raven tells him to beat up today if it makes him feel like a man, but says it's really all about himself. Raven says then in 21 days he will take away the title. The crowd starts chanting as Raven, sucks as Jarrett tells him to shoot his drug-induced ass into the ring right now. Which is basically Jarrett mentioning about Raven's drug problems at the time. Security step in front of Jarrett and then scurries away as Raven and Jarrett basically staring at each other with chairs in their hands. The luchador runs out to, as does Dusty, but Jarrett accidentally hits Dusty with a chair as the announcers speculate that Jeff is paranoid. So what did I think of the overall show? It was okay. It wasn't a fucking perfect pay-per-view. It was fucking awful. I think the only two positives were the Fatal 4-Way X Division match and the main event. Genuinely, I thought those two were the only good matches. Everything else was fucking awful. Adding Sabin to the X Division is a fucking good choice, and he would become a champion. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to pause the video one more time, and we are going to get ready to talk about Blood Bowl, Blood Money 2, the Reblooding It. On June 7th, 2019, in Jahid, Saudi Arabia, at the King Abdullah International Stadium, ladies and gentlemen, will be Super Showdown, or Blood Money 2, the Reblooding In. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the third pay-per-view for WWE in Saudi Arabia. Yeah, let's just get on to the fucking matches because I am not fucking looking forward to these ones. So we have got the Usos, Jimmy and Jay Uso versus the Revival, Scott Dawson and Dash Wilder. I'm going to go for the Usos. The Revival have been but like chumps recently, and I really want them to fucking get out of their contracts with WWE and go to AEW. I think that'll be a lot better for them. Lars Sullivan versus the Lucha House Party, Kalisto, Glenn Metalik, and Leo Donato. Lars Sullivan is going to win this one, I think. Makes a lot more sense than just having having Mir, but yeah. Who's next? Kofi Kingston versus Dolph Ziggler for the WWE Championship. Kofi Kingston needs to win this. I think they're not going to change the title. They're not going to change the title in Saudi Arabia. Fuck no. They're not going to do that. That is fucking stupid. And if they do, it'll probably be Brock Lesnar in the Universal title match, or this match. But it'd be fucking stupid if they did. If they changed the title, not to anybody else but Brock Lesnar, because then it gives a legitimate reason to be in people being pissed off. And Saudi Arabian fans being happy because Brock Lesnar, yay, fuck off. Yeah, I'm just going to talk about this for the thing. Brock Lesnar should not be the Money in the Bank winner. He actually had a title rematch against fucking Seth Rollins. Fuck you, Brock Lesnar. So, yeah. Seth Rollins versus Baron Corbin. Seth's winning this match. Do you really expect Baron Corbin to be WWE Universal Champion? Fuck off. I like Baron Corbin. I think he's a good heel, but yeah, fuck off. Triple H versus Randy Orton. Match I don't give a fuck about. We've seen these guys fight fucking numerous fucking times, and I really don't give a fuck about this match, so Triple H. Goldberg versus Taker. Again, if this was 15 years ago, I would actually give a damn about it, but because it's not 15 years ago, I really don't care about this match. I'm going to say Taker to win the match. Roman Reigns versus Shane McMahon. Why isn't this not The Miz versus Shane McMahon? But then again, the Maurice is pregnant, so I can cover that one. Reigns is winning this one. End of story. Reigns is winning this one. Braun Strowman versus Bobby Lashley. Braun. I really don't give a fuck about these matches. I'm just saying who I think is gonna fucking win. Finn Balor versus Andrea. Well, it's Demon Balor, so yeah, Finn's gonna win. They would not just put Demon Balor on the card and have him lose. Fuck that noise. Balor's going over. And finally, the 50-man Battle Royal for fucking nothing. I don't give a fuck about this match. In fact, I don't give a fuck about this pay-per-view, ladies and gentlemen. I said it in the beginning. I'm calling this blood. Technically speaking, I should call this Blood Bowl 3, the re-blooding, because I don't give a fuck about this. I don't give a fuck about this card. This card is fucking worthless. Saudi Arabia. No offense. Would be, if they didn't have the problems when the first show happened, then I think it would be a bit better. But because of all the problems they had before the show started, it's fucking dangerous. It is a dangerous thing to do to carry on this fucking agreement, and I really don't give a fuck. I'm only doing this because, well, I'm contractually obligated to do so. But yeah, nothing's really gonna fucking matter until Stomping Ground. So yeah, I really don't give a fuck about the Saudi Arabian shows. I really don't. I'm only doing them again because I'm, contractually obligated to do so. So guys, those were the classic wrestling review and the Super Showdown. The Blood Money 3. I hope you guys enjoyed. I do apologize for smushing the two into one, but I'm really busy, and the show's literally the Saudi Arabian show's tomorrow, so I needed to do this quickly. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching the Classic Wrestling Series and for watching my predictions on the Saudi Arabian show. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, please go and subscribe to The Drinking Gamers on youtube.com/channel/The Drinking Gamers, and as always, we might see you at the bar. Bye bye for now.